Greetings and salutations, Virgo. Welcome to your hopes, fears, and reality spread. As per usual, you can click right on that description box below and it will talk about the significance of the spread as well as the placement of each card. Sure, here you go. Virgo. You are hoping to feel more grounded in a foundation that you already set, something that you already put into play, okay? You feel like you're capable of managing the resources within this foundation. You're perfectly fine and comfortable with it, but you're hoping to elevate it. You're hoping to build on it. So the Four of Wands talks about the beginning foundations of something, but it feels to me like your feet are already planted, your mind's already made up, especially since you're an earth sign. And earth signs move at a slower pace than other people. If I was reading for a fire sign here, I would say that you're just starting this project. But this is something that you actually took each and every one of these posts and you put them into the ground. You gathered your team together and you said, this is my foundation. This is what I want to grow. Now that you have your team and your foundation in place, you feel like you have the resources and the capability of managing the resources that you need to move forward. Okay, so when I talk about resources, always remember I'm talking about health, I'm talking about wealth, or I'm talking about time management. It can also just be, because like I said, you have your team here, it could be who you spend your time with, because who you spend your time with has an effect on the way you perceive things. Okay, so you are hoping to grow this foundation. It's a new foundation, relatively new, but you've already put together the groundwork for it. Now that you see that solid footing, you're ready to build up. Hoping to build up, rather. In your fears, and this is where it becomes difficult. Pages represent communication. Pages also represent change. This is a very young energy in regards to new ideas and growing new ideas, and in regards to passion and new growth. And they're in the inverse in your fears category. So the change to your environment does cause you some anxiety because it is uncharted territory for you, and you would much rather be walking you would much rather be walking a road that you're familiar with right now. I wouldn't even call this the fears category so much as I would call it the anxiety category, because it feels to me that your hope to grow this new environment is something that you're just coming more comfortable with. So this might be you just pushing past that anxiety and going, you know what, I can do this. I can move forward. I can cope with this new change because I have this foundation and this team that I believe will grow with me. So between your hopes and your fears, if your hope is to grow this new foundation and your fear is, stepping into the unknown and what might happen, it's the team around you that makes you feel like you can do it. That makes you feel like, okay, you know what? I can move forward because I'm not alone in this. You might be leading the way. You might be the leader, but you have somebody with you who has your back. The reality of the situation is that you all of a sudden feel a sense of lack within this transformation. You feel a little bit out in the cold, like you just don't have enough of the resources that you need to move forward. That's something that you're strategizing to overcome. So I almost feel like this hopes and fears is where you were, and this is where you are. So let me put a spin on this. You were feeling hopeful about growing this new foundation because you had a solid team. You were hesitant to move forward, and it caused you a little bit of anxiety to take those first few steps, but you took the steps anyway because you had a team behind you. And now you feel that something's lacking in this transformation. So I don't know if what is lacking is that you don't have the team member that you assumed you had, or if you don't have the resource that you assumed you had. But the fives are about chaos. And chaos comes into our life to show us the things that we don't want. So something was very much exposed to you that you don't want to mess up this foundation. And this is your first adversary. This is your first obstacle that you have to face while growing this new foundation, while building on this new foundation. So this chaos came in early, so you can put a little bit of work into the foreground to save a lot more work in the back end. This is the time for you to fix this situation in order to move forward. Because right now, your plan is lacking something. So funny, you have the King of Pentacles in the upright in your hopes, and now you have the Queen of Pentacles here. So a king manages an environment, the Queen nurtures an environment. When they get together, they both have two different roles in regards to that environment, and they have to work together to make it grow. So this could be you. This could be your team or your partner. There's something here in the nurturing of the environment that you're missing. This is the chaos. This is what you're lacking. It's all right here. There's the nurturing part of this environment in order to move forward and get to the abundance that what you want. There's an idea that lies within the team in order to make things work. So you have to recognize that even though you might be leading this team, you can't go it alone. So if you want these two to work together, you have to go back to the beginning where the idea first happened before the planning stage and get on the right page now if you want all of your resources to come to this end, because this is the Ten of Pentacles. This is that completion of resources. This is the card of abundance and legacy. If you want this team to leave a legacy behind, you have to go back to the beginning and make sure everybody's on the same page moving forward. That's what will make you feel confident about leading this new foundation. That's what will quell the anxieties about moving forward. And that's what will fix the lack, so you can turn the lack upside down and get this transition moving once again. Oops. So at some point, there was a lack of communication and your team isn't on the same page with you. So all you have to do is backtrack, fix that, and you'll be on your way again. Virgo, I hope you found a message that serves your highest good, and I'll see you next time.